send them an email. Okay, so I am drawing this beautiful drawing by, how do you say his name again? Ingres, okay. And there's beautiful, beautiful structure in this drawing. So I'm starting out with just getting the shape of the head. So if you guys want, as I'm talking, maybe take little notes for yourself. That might be helpful of my step-by-step. I'm starting with the shape of the head. And this gal has a really beautiful egg-shaped face. Look at how egg-shaped her face is. Beautiful. And of course, I am including the entire shape of her head, not just her face. I'm also doing the back of her head as well. Now, notice how softly I'm drawing. This is very important. You don't want to dedicate any of your lines yet. We're starting very general and very broad. You don't want to have any hard lines right now because we're going to be building on top of this sketch. Okay. I'm going to roughly put the ear in here. And I love the shape of her hair. I think these were done in like the 1830s. I think this is like an 1830s hairstyle. I'm just kind of putting in the silhouette of what the hair is doing. Sometimes you're doing a drawing and it looks really scary and you can't figure out why. And I'll tell you, 90% of the time it means it doesn't have hair on it. And it's just like this beautiful rendered face that's bald, and it's just something that's very confusing, especially if it's a woman. So be nice to yourself. Always kind of put that in there. Here is the angle of her face. Okay. And now I am determining the spacing and proportions. Think of the Andrew Loomis we've talked about. And I'm just ballparking. Okay, here the brow line. My eyes are going to be in this space. The bottom of the nose and the lips. Okay, easy. Now I'm going to add my rhythm chart. Top of the hair. And I'm going to take a moment to say, remember, now you're going to start to see how the rhythm chart is contributing to the drawing. The rhythm chart is a frame. It's not a drawing. Maybe make a note for that for yourself. The rhythm chart is not the drawing. It's just helping you with the structure, with the proportion, with the perspective of all these complex objects on the face. So I'm going to put it in really lightly. Okay. I'm just looking at this now. I think my nose is too long. Okay. Well, I'll show you how to make an adjustment. Okay. So rhythm chart. Here we go. Frontal bone. Nasal bone. Okay. Ocularis oris. My gosh, I still having a hard time with that. Lifting up the lips a little bit. And the semicircle of the bottom of the chin. And at this point, I am slightly adjusting my proportion. She has an adorable little chin. Let me show you guys. Look at this little chin. Little girl chin. These big cheeks. Yep. Yeah, so really on her, you don't really see much of the mandible, the jawline, because she's a young woman, maybe like teenager or early 20s, so there's a lot of fat in the face still. Face is very round right here, very oval. Okay, next I'm going to do let's get into the eyes and the nose. Here come the eyeball. And here, actually, I think what's first is really this. Okay, now the eyeball. That was better because now I understand that the eyeball is not, it doesn't go behind that bridge of the nose, but it's really close. I was like that. Okay. Take a pause here. Everything, oh, except the zygomatic arch. Let me get that in there. Top of the ear is going to be here, but it's behind hair. And then side plane of the temporalis going that way. Okay, so right now, everything is here. Now we can begin the drawing. Proportions are pretty good. I can still make adjustments if I need to. What am I doing? Wrong way. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I'll get that one in there too. Thank you. Okay, there's everything. Now the fun part starts. The drawing. So you can start at any point. I suggest always move around the drawing. You don't want to put like a major amount of detail into the eyes and kind of let everything else go. You want to develop everything together, especially the eyes, right? You guys have heard that when you're approaching the eyes, you want to kind of go back and forth and keep them even. There is, I want to point this out right here. You guys see how this the frontal bone is coming under this rhythm here? This little shape right here creates a beautiful core shadow. What's that called? A core shadow. You can see it right here. Look at that. How beautiful that is right there. My teacher used to say that's like finding a $20 bill on the ground. So look, you can really get in there and render your little hearts out. I know there are renderers in this class. I know, you guys are like, I can't wait to just do all the beautiful shading and shadow. Well, guess what? Now you can on the proper structure forms. There's something I really love on the face is when this kind of connects to the eye and kind of creates this really beautiful shadow here as well. It's great on this one. You know that? And look at this core shadow right here, the bottom. You guys see that right there? Look, that's the bottom of the eyeball. I'm gonna put that on here too. See there? There was my line. Everything is there for me. This one right here? Some charts do have this. I don't want to say this too soon, but this is how it works. The more you do this, if you do this hundreds and hundreds of times, you actually start to kind of tweak it in your own way. So actually, like for example, I've been using this rhythm chart for almost 10 years. My natural rhythm chart is actually very different from this one. And this is one of the rhythms I love, is just this beautiful bowing curve. You know, some rhythms you I think that kind of eventually becomes your, kind of feeds into your style, right? Don't forget the forms happening here. The eyelid is hanging over that eyeball, so there's going to be a little cast shadow. How's it looking on the screen? Okay, I'm just going to move kind of everywhere, but just know that you can sit here and render this all day long. Here comes the nose. He has a lot of cast shadow here. The nose just kind of falls into the shadow. And these little sweet lips. I always put that little kind of hemisphere line to remind me that that's on a curve. She's got this sweet little smile. Top lip will typically be in shadow, just how light normally hits the face. Kind of gives you some three-dimensionality. And those little creases are going to follow along the form. There'll be a little cast shadow or a coarse shadow under the bottom lip. If that bottom lip is large, you'll typically see a little shadow here. And you can see now I'm really starting to dedicate my lines. You see I'm putting more pressure. I'm more confident with where things need to be, so I can really dedicate them. This right here, I'm just blocking all this off. This is a cast shadow under the nose, which is it's coming to that time of day I can't talk anymore. It's falling into that little crevice right there. What's that called? Cupid's bow? No, whatever. Okay, that little, you know how that little thing happens there? And then, okay, one more thing for you guys. And then I'm going to cut you loose because I know you're so excited, right? Just hype you guys up. Remember that the face, especially this face, is a giant egg. So if you know about lighting, you can start to get these beautiful curving shadows. Use the drawing as your guide. Observe how they're lighting the face. You can see this beautiful little shadow here. That little coarse shadow is from the zygomatic arch. Little landmark right there. And look at these, okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. Look at this beautiful, sweet rendering right here. You see how the side plane of the nose is really, really gently shaded? And then here's a highlight. So see if you can go along that. No shadows until your rhythm chart and your structure is there. See, look, I know exactly where to put that now. No secrets. It's all there. Side of the nose. What else do I need? And of course, there's like a big cast shadow here from the jaw onto the neck. That's a shadow on top of the neck. And then here comes the hair. Any questions right now? Should I put the other eye in? Here we go. Oh yeah, I should talk about this eye because this is where people have a lot of challenges, right? Because this is curving away from us. So all you got to do, you just got to make sure that eyeball is properly placed, and then you should be good to go. You're just wrapping that eyelid around the eyeball, putting your shadows in the proper place. There's going to be a little coarse shadow in here, right under this. Oh, and I love this. You guys remember that initial line was like this, and look. That's the nose. All right. So this is the pile. I do have some profiles. Let's ignore that for now. I got 2 profiles in here. I have 3. Well, this one could be good. I have a lot of profiles in here. This one's fine, but okay. So you want to sort of pass those out. Pick one that you like. Make sure it's one you like, because if it's one you like, it's going to hold your interest more. You can also draw from the Holbein book here. We can pass that. What else we got? Whatever you do, work from a drawing.